think of that area where research has not been done, where research has not been done. Okay, so think of a unique research idea. What are the learnings which people get in virtual seminars? What are the challenges which we face in a virtual seminar? That was also a research topic. So the idea has to be very unique. Don't select an idea which everybody is selecting. You will not get money in that. Okay. So think of a very unique research idea. How will you get this unique research idea? Read. Read newspapers. If you're a faculty, read journal publications, right? Read whatever is there on social to a topic, and after that, we prepare a structure. We have to write a proposal in a step-by-step situation, right? And then something very important to resolve is that first impression is the last impression. That is why the title of your research proposal should be very catchy. If you read newspapers, the moment you read headlines, how do you decide you have to read news or not? By looking at the headlines. Because the headlines are drafted in such an interesting way, you feel the need, I should read this. This is something very interesting. The same happens in the proposal. You have to write a proposal on the basis of a catchy research title. Think of a research title which immediately attracts attention. Okay, so that is about the steps in writing a research proposal. Any questions? Because now we will be moving to the second part. So far, any doubt? Is it clear? What are funds? Why do we apply for funds? Why do you go in for a research funds? How can you apply for a research fund? So far, if it is clear, I will move ahead now.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes? Okay. So
Yes, ma'am.
going ahead further. Now, how to write a research proposal? Very, very, very important, right? So you write a research proposal on the basis of these parts. We will be discussing each in detail. It starts with an introduction, it starts with conceptual background, objectives, methodology, implication, conclusion, and references. So I will be talking about each of these parts in detail. Okay. So now, the first part is introduction. What is this introduction? For example, I want to do research on the topic online and offline teaching or online and offline sessions. Which is better? So I have to write an introduction on that. What I'm going to write. Yes, can I have some answers? What I'm going to write. Yeah. Somebody, we've got a very good number, 100. Come on, all of you can think and answer. What I'm going to write in the introduction. You all write dissertations, right? You all write essays. You write essays, composition. What do you write in introduction? Yes, Hina.
Basically in introduction,
What do you
write
write?
about the basic
Ma'am,
background about the thing which we want to derive into. In that format, we link different channels and then we come to the point that what is the need for that study. So basically in introduction, we are giving that background and how that need is being originated, to which we will ultimately deal in the research project.
Okay, true. Anybody else would like to add anything to it? Anybody else would like to add anything to it? So when I say introduction, the introduction gives you an overview about the topic. For example, I want to do research on work from home. or I want to do research on the importance of digital marketing. I want to do research on cryptocurrencies. I want to do research on maybe green marketing. I want to do research on maybe the current scenario. What has the pandemic taught us? So the introduction will be talking about the overview. You'll give a holistic picture of work from home if you're doing research on that. You'll give a holistic picture of the cryptocurrencies if you're doing. If you're doing research on green marketing, you'll be talking about the green marketing. If you're doing research on maybe the topic online gaming addiction, you'll talk about how people or what is the general trend which is taking place with regard to introduction. So you'll talk about the latest that is happening in an overview. And this is called the face of your proposal. So the face has to be good. It's so that the agencies who are actually reading your proposal, the authorities who are reading your proposal actually get interested to read the proposal. Okay. So it has to be very structured. It should give you an overview, as I already said, and it should tell you what unique thing you're doing which nobody else has done, right? For example, what are the advantages of work from home? Everybody who has done research on work from home has investigated the advantages or the disadvantages. But maybe somebody has not drawn a comparison between the advantages and disadvantages that you can do. And that will be your unique research idea. Okay, so this introduction needs to be about maybe a paragraph or maybe one page, depending upon the size of your proposal. The proposals which are basically invited have got a word limit. They will have 1,000 at the word limit, 1,500 or 2,000, 3,000 words. So you have to write with, you have to be very particular about the word limit, right? So please, the word count which shows on your Word doc, please keep on noting, I have to write this much only. Extra lengthy proposals, the moment they see, that will not be considered, right? So going ahead further, something which is very important is, this is how we have to draft an introduction. It has to be short. It has to be very good, talking about the current trends which are happening in the market, and it should give you a clear and a unique idea. So it should go maximum one page, not more than that. Okay, this is about an introduction. Now we come to something very important which talks about the conceptual background. Anybody has got any idea what it is? Conceptual background. I have chosen the topic, for example, what are the factors which are responsible for increasing productivity in work from home? So I have written the introduction about what is work from home, what are the recent trends in work from home. Now I have to write about the conceptual background. So what I'm going to write in the conceptual background, what I'm going to write in the conceptual background.
Written just to support the statement which you have already mentioned in the introduction part.
Okay. So suppose, let me give you another example. You want to do research to find out what is the impact of work from home on productivity. Let us take up this example. So if I'm choosing a research topic, what is the impact of work from home on productivity? I'm talking about two important things. One is the work from home, and second is the productivity that is there. I need to explain what is work from home conceptually, and I need to explain and define what is productivity. Okay, another example. I want to do research on what is the impact of advertising on maybe sales or impact of advertising on the brand image. Okay, so I am dealing with two important things. One is advertising, and the second is brand image. I need to, on the basis of literature, I need to discuss what is advertising and what is brand image or sales. That is known as a conceptual background. You try to build an argument. Argument means whatever you are saying is right. You are saying that work from home increases the productivity. So I have to give a very strong argument. I have to put a very strong point to explain that yes, work from home does increases the productivity. Okay. And on the basis of that, I will generate the hypothesis. Any idea what is this hypothesis? Any idea what is this hypothesis? There are two things. Either work from home will increase productivity, or the second case will be work from home will not increase the productivity. So I am making a tentative statement, right? And this tentative statement or generalization which I am making, that is known as a hypothesis, right? So this is something which is very important. Once we do the introduction, you are going to go deeper into the topic, which will talk about the conceptual background. You are going to conceptually explain what is work from home, what is advertising, what is brand image, and then you are going to dig deeper into the topic and build the hypothesis. Hypothesis means a statement, a generic statement, which can be right or which can be wrong, right? And this is the most important part, okay? So that is the conceptual background. Going ahead further, once we make the conceptual background, which can be 2 to 3 paragraphs, for example, one paragraph on work from home, one paragraph on productivity, and just 2 lines on the hypothesis, we move on to the next part that is known as objectives. What is this objectives for a research proposal? What is this objectives for a research proposal?
Ma'am, goal
Any
of the
idea?
organization. Ma'am, goal
Yeah.
of the project research.
Goal of the project or what you're going to do in that project. For example, work from home, you want to study the impact of work from home on productivity, or the impact of advertising on sales, or impact of green marketing on consumer preferences. Okay, so the objective will be what you're going to do. If I'm choosing work from home, so the objective will be to find out whether work from home increases productivity. It has to be written properly. And please, when you're talking about objective, don't put 7, 8 objective. In a research project, you cannot have more than 7 to 8 objectives that are there. It needs to be just 2 to 3, not more than that. Okay. So these are the objective, which should be maximum 3 lines, not more than that. Okay. Always remember you're participating in a competition. When we are submitting a research proposal, we are participating in a competition. So your project will be only looked into when it is better than the others. Otherwise, they'll just keep it aside. Okay. So moving ahead further is the methodology. You will explain how will you do your research project. That is the methodology. Which data collection method you are adopting, whether you are using a survey or you're doing an observation or you're doing an experiment. How many sample size from whom you will be collecting the information. So if it is 1,000, if it is 2,000, if it is 3,000, whatever is the sample size you decide, or if it is people, if it is students, if it is brands, if it is companies, what are you going to study? This is the most important part. That is the methodology. Okay, and it has to be just one paragraph, not more than that. But it has to be written very well. See, when we are writing a proposal, the language is very important. The way you write. The way you write will always catch the attention of the review committee. And that is how do you get the best prize in the essay? You get the best prize in the essay or the composition because the way it is written. So the manner in which it is written, that is known as the methodology. Okay, so this has to be maximum 1 or 2 paragraphs, not more than that. Okay, and something very, very, very important. some government agency, your own university, some private agency will only agree to fund your proposal or a research project when it has implications. What is the meaning of this implication? What
Now,
is
whether it
implication?
can be practically implied on the ground or not.
How is it useful? And for whom it is useful? Okay, that is implication. Work from home increases productivity. If the results of this research project come out, will it be really useful to the society? Will it be really useful to a common consumer? Will it be useful to the government? And that is what is implication. It should be theoretically and practically relevant. So if you want your proposal to be accepted, please think on a research topic which has got practical relevance. Digitization. What are the advantages of India moving towards digitization? What are the challenges which we face in mobile banking or internet banking? That implication should be practically known before you start writing the proposal. Okay. And these implications are of two types. It can be either theoretical or it can be either theoretical means you have selected a research topic which nobody has selected before. Your idea is completely unique. So theoretically is important because in the academic body of knowledge, you have addressed a very wide gap which nobody has addressed. So anybody who is interested for research in this particular area will look at your research and continue with the further work, right? That is known as theoretical. Another important thing is practical. As I already, it should be practically relevant. Relevant to the consumer, relevant to the government, relevant to the society. For example, if I'm doing research on green marketing or I'm doing research on eco-friendly products, so practically relevant because the world, we have to save the world, we have to make our earth a greener planet. So the results of this study will be helpful to the society, will be helpful to the government, and will be helpful towards India and to the world as a whole. I'm doing research on online gaming addiction. Very interesting research. Why? Because the results of the study will help in controlling and reducing the online gaming addiction. So it has got a practical relevance. So proposal, the starting and the ending has to be very good, especially how is it written. Okay. Now there are a few things more in it. Coming to it is the conclusion. We know the last part of your this thing is the conclusion. So conclusion, it is called last, but it is not the least. Conclusion has to be very strongly written. When I say strongly, what do I mean by that? When I say strongly, what do I mean by that? Whatever you have written in the proposal, it has to be summarized in a very strong way. That is known as conclusion. Work from home increases productivity. So you should have a strong conclusion to support your answer. Okay. Online gaming addiction, the factors that work towards reducing. How can you reduce online gaming addiction? Advertising increases the sales or advertising improves the brand image. Okay. So I should have a strong conclusion to it. This is something, the last part, but very important. Okay. So going ahead further, then naturally when we do a literature review, that is we work upon the conceptual background, we have to browse research papers or we will browse websites. We will go through articles in the newspapers, right? That is known as the references. So there is a particular way of writing the reference. There is a particular format for writing the references. Okay, that has to be properly noted and that has to be properly taken care of.
Sir,
That
garam kar lena beta.
is known as the references. Any doubts so far here?
क्रॉस लग गई
Is
ये
it
15 की
clear?
और 17 की
Please mute yourself. Somebody's audio is on. There is some disturbance. If you can mute, thank you. Okay, so that is known as the references, and it has to be taken care of. Any doubts so far here before we move on to the last part? Clear? So this is how a research proposal is basically written. Okay, each and every part is very important. Just like you bake a cake or you build a house, starting from the foundation, every part has to be taken care of, because ultimately you are going to stay in the house and the house has to be very strong. Same way, the proposal has to be very strong, because you are participating in a competition. The company, the government authorities, the agencies, your own university can only fund it when the proposal is very strong. Okay. Now, going ahead further, in some of the research proposals, they often ask for a budget, right? Budget means how much money do you need to carry out this research? So here you have to be very calculated. You cannot quote any amount. Why you cannot quote any amount? Because they will ask for justification. If you are saying I need only 1,000 for data collection, is it really worth? If you say I need 1,000 for equipments, is it only worth? If you say I need only 30, is it only worth? Right? So that is what is known as a budget. Okay, so you have to prepare in an Excel sheet the budget that is there, and that budget needs to be taken care of. Clear? So that is there with regard to the budget. Going ahead further, now something very important. Once we are writing the proposal, there are few things which we can do, and there are few things which we should not do. Now, what are those things which we should do? Always when you are writing a proposal against a particular advertisement, please read the advertisement well, because it will contain all details what you are required to do. Okay. Then something very important is about the novel research idea. Very unique. Think about a topic which nobody has thought about it. Spend at least 1 week on it, right? Don't select a topic which your friend or maybe your colleague is selecting. Select a very different topic. Okay. And secondly, structure your proposal very well. Structure means step by step, starting from introduction to conceptual background to the objective. Everything has to be very well written. Okay. Now, few things which you should not do it. As I already told you, the idea has to be very unique. Don't select a topic which everybody is selecting. Okay. Another important thing is don't select, when you are writing a proposal is very important. There should be no errors, even the formatting errors. Why? Because the research authorities only look at place to reject your proposal. If there is a typo error, there are many typo error, if there are many grammatical error, if there are many formatting error, no matter how much is your proposal excellent, they are not going to select it. So any type of error, whether it is a small error or whether it is a large error, that error has to be avoided. Okay. And please don't keep your proposals incomplete. You have not written the references, you have not written the conclusion, you have not written what you call the introduction properly, you missed out on the objectives, you've not written the budget. All these things will not work. Okay, so this is about the do's and don'ts that are there with regard to a proposal. So any proposal you write, whether it is submitting to your own university for funds, you're submitting it to a company for funds, you're submitting it to a government for funds, these are few things that are to be kept in mind. So this is all which I wanted to tell you from my point of view. Okay. Now I'm leaving up to you to ask me some questions so that we go ahead with the quiz in the end, right? I stop sharing. Any questions, please? It was only me talking for a long period of time. Can I have some questions, please? Yeah. Whatever did I took up, was it clear to everybody? Yes, Avinash.
Ma'am, I do have a question that there was a time you were telling that what are the different sources through which one gets funds for like government and
Yes.
private organization. Ma'am, I just
Yes.
wanted to know for like in the era of 21st century,
Yes.
everyone do something for their own profit. And so why these private organizations tends to give a huge amount of money to someone for like to carry on a research? What the benefit they derive from it?
Okay. See, private organizations will always fund you. The reason being, whenever they invite call for proposals, they invite call for proposals on their area of interest. Okay, let's take an example. Take example Tata. Now, Tata is a very big group and they are a lot into CSR and other activities. So anything which is improving or anything which is working towards the benefit of the society, Tata is always going to fund it. Okay, so that is why big business houses, private business houses, everybody likes to promote research. The reason why everybody likes to promote research is everybody likes to see or to research in their area of interest. Okay, so they will give you a list of topics from where you have to select. Avinash, I hope I
So,
have
ma'am,
answered.
is it only for the corporate social responsibilities under which these companies do fundings and all?
No, it is not. Most of the time, it is under CSR, that is corporate social responsibility. But many a times they want these big corporate houses. Let's take example Tata once again. The reason being because Tata was a very big support during the pandemic. So even Tata can invite call for proposals in order to understand what are the problems people are facing in the time of pandemic, or they want to, for example, let's take another example, Tata Motors. So Tata Motors can also invite a call for proposals to understand what are the problems which Tata vehicles face on Indian roads. Okay, so that is any area which is of interest to a corporate house, whether it is CSR. Most of the time it is CSR, but if it is something else also, it is taken up because they have money, they want to invest money. They want to invest money in research activities because it helps in better decision making. Fine. Avinash, is it clear to you?
Yes, ma'am. If you don't mind, ma'am, we have a couple of minutes left. Have any kind of money and all. So I approached Tencent and they funded me. So is there any for like is there anything like by the time I get extremely successful and my game app reaches the global level, so they can take over my thing or something like that? For like
Okay,
they have
so
funded me, so do they have any kind of ownership on my game?
okay, so that's a very different topic from research, but I will tell you the research which I am engaged in basically understanding like what are the problems when people get addicted to games, especially children and the young people, adults like you, and how to take out them from this addiction. So that is there. But if you're talking about you are developing a game and that game has become world popular, you want to make it world popular, so you're approaching a funding agency, maybe a Microsoft or Bill Gates Foundation for it. you have to submit a proposal to them. What game and what is the monetary, the most important thing here is the monetary value which that game will fetch. How will it help them to build their business in terms of game? What is the profit sharing ratio between you and them? And then they will fund you. So you'll have to write a proposal talking all about the game that you have developed. How will people will be motivated to play that particular game, right? Here, the benefits to the society and whether we should take out the people out from games are not concerned. Here, it is only money. It is all a business thing. So the proposal will be written by you, submitted to Bill Gates Foundation or Microsoft, and they will assess your proposal from business point of view. It has to be assessed from how much of money, how much of investments, what are the business partnerships you can enter into, and then it will be funded. Okay, clear,
Okay,
Avinash?
ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Anybody else, any questions? Yes, Hina, you raised your hand. Please put your questions in the chat if you want to understand. If you feel you're not able to ask me, you can always put question in the chat. Yes. No other
Yes, ma'am.
questions? Yes, Hina.
Ma'am,
Madam,
one question.
yeah, madam, thanks a lot for the session, but due to some reason I could join it later. So if you would have mentioned some agency's name, if this would have been there in your talk, can you just repeat those slides or repeat that part?
Okay, so if you talk about funding agencies, I told you funds you can get from two sources. One is internal and second is the external. When I say internal, if you're a faculty associated to a university, the university has a policy for funding. Okay, so you can always approach the university and you can find out if they are ready to fund you for a particular proposal to work upon. If they do not have funding, there are a lot of external agencies. Some well-known are UGC. UGC every year comes up with a lot of call for research projects. You have to go to the websites. You have to check whether you are eligible or not, and you can apply it. Another is AICT, All India Council for Technical Education. They also have a lot of proposals. You open their website, there's a separate area called research and collaboration. You click onto it, and you'll find a lot of ongoing projects with a deadline. So if you fit into it, you can apply there. Then there is a wing or a branch of UGC, which is called Indian Council of Social Science Research. You open that website. Once you open the website, you will come across a lot of research projects, call for research projects. Keep on clicking, and they'll have also a lot of international collaborations as well as collaboration for what you call other universities and other areas as well. Okay, so you can apply here. There are a lot of private organizations also. For that, the call for advertisement is either in the newspapers. You'll have to go to the website. Sometimes it is on the LinkedIn also, or on social media, any other sites. Okay, so these are few places where you can apply. But if you want to apply through corporate houses, for example, Tata or Bill Gates or Godrej or many other are there, please visit their website, visit their section of research projects or collaboration, and you will find it over there. Fine, Dr. Shehnaz, is it clear? Yeah. Okay. So going ahead further, we have Hina who's asked about budget is a little tricky thing. Is there any specific criteria to frame the budget? Okay. Hina, what happens is when you are writing a proposal against a call for proposal, they give you some outlines regarding the budget. Okay, they say that they have fund of rupees maybe 5 lakhs or 1 lakh, and they will give you the broad outlines. For example, research investigator, if you are hiring, how much of money is being taken, or research what you associate you are hiring, how much of money it will take, data collection, how much of money it will take. So they give you the broad parameters, the maximum amount which you can spend. So you have to frame a budget within that particular area only. Okay, Hina, is it fine? However, the research proposal points we have done, starting from introduction to conceptual background, methodology, Your entire funds basically go in the methodology, choosing a sample, collecting the data, analysis, drafting a report. These are the few main points. If nothing has been specified, you will write only on the methodology part. The money goes in the methodology part only. Fine?
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah.
Fine,
Okay.
ma'am.
Any other
Fine. Thank you, ma'am.
questions? Any other questions? Okay. If questions are not there, then we will just play a small game on Kahoot, just understanding whether we understood today's session or not. So there is a what you call an app. Even if you do not have an app, what you can do is, I'm just writing in the chat. You can take from there. Please, on your mobile phones, just write down play Kahoot. Play Kahoot, enter pin. So you will get something, play Kahoot, enter pin, like that. I'm just sharing my screen again. Right. Just a second. One second. No, I'll just stop sharing. First, let me arrange it. Then give me a moment, please. Yes. So what I can do is, just a second, I will assign you this quiz. Just a minute. Give me a moment. Wait, huh? Just a second. I'll just give me a moment, please. Meanwhile, anybody wants to ask any more questions can do so. Till the time I'm just loading my site. Yeah, any other questions anybody would like to ask? Just give me a moment. Yeah, I'll just share my screen now. It is working. So, yes, you'll have a pin to enter. 1 second. My screen is visible to everybody? Yes?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes,
So
ma'am. It is visible.
once you put in Kahoot, just enter the pin which comes. Just enter the pin at which comes 848702. No need to download this thing. Just enter the pin and you will see your name on my screen. You will see your name on my screen. Please enter the pin and then, yes, like Rishabh is already in. Yes, Rishabh? Apurva. Yes. Saurabh, Sashank, you will be able to see the screen name on my screen, and on your mobile it will come. You are in. You are in. Come on, the others. Yes, Akash is there. Good. Come on, enter. Usha is already in. Yeah. Those who are finding difficulty in joining, I'll spend another 2-3 minutes on it and then we'll begin. You can see the questions on the chat and you can answer. Yes, come on, the others also quick. Enter the game pin. Okay. Hikaya. Avinash. Okay. Those who are not able to join, what you can do is you can note down the question. Okay. Now, one thing more before I start with the game, once I click on start, 1 second. Once I click on start, and those who have not entered the game will look at the question and write the correct option. Those who are already a part of the game and those names are flashing on my screen, please note you will not see any question on your screen. On your mobile, you will not see anything. Question you will see on my screen. You will only see the color of the options. Please touch the color of the option. Click on the color of the option. Okay. So I begin now. Those who are not able to enter the game, please write the correct option. Okay. Start.
Madam, on our screen, it is you. Yeah, okay. Get ready is
Now
coming
it is
now.
coming.
Yeah.
Just a second. Question will flash. Now, can you all see? Working. See, there are 3 options. You will see red color, blue color, and yellow color. For what is yellow, blue, and color, you will see here. Just click on those options and you will enter the game.
What is the question, madam?
Question was flashed on my screen. No, funded projects are of following types. Okay. You look at my screen on your mobile, only color is going to come. Nothing else is going to come. Okay. I go to the next question. See, Apurv has come first. The order or the rank is being shown here. I go to the next one. Working on funded projects is like a feather in the cap. True or false? The color has to be clear. Yes, so 15 have got it right and 3 wrong. Again, the scores are displayed. So Apurva, Hina, Shalu has come first, Shailesh. This is the rank. We move on to the next question. Question number 3. Internal funding includes. Red color is government funds, blue color is funds generated from within the organization. Yes, funds within the organization. Good, many of you got it right. So this is the scoreboard. Shalu, Apur, Vihina. Next question. Project life cycle begins. Finding funding, setting up a proposal. Those who are not able to join, write the correct answer. You'll come to know. It is finding funding. Always we should find for advertisement and then start writing. Okay. Next. So you have Apur, Shailesh, Hina. Shalu still on first. The fifth question. For a project to be accepted, the proposal has to be drafted properly. True or false? Yes, it's a true statement. Good, everybody. Interview spells a unique idea, all of the above. Yes, all of the above. Good, majority of you have marked it correct. Good. Next, Apur still first. Anzar has got 4 correct answers. Seventh question, 3 more to go. About conceptual background. Please don't put answers in the chat. It will make no sense. It will make no sense if you start telling everybody the answers. Some of you are writing in the chat. Don't do that. Okay. Next. Keep the answers to yourself. Otherwise, it will no longer remain a quiz then. Methodology. Yes. So all of the above. Next, Apurv, Hina, Shailesh. Okay. Ninth, second last questions. References to a proposal should not be well written. True or false? Yes, it should always be well written. Okay, last question now. Okay, so we have Apurv, Hina, Shailesh. Last question. Repetitive research ideas should always be accepted. True or false? Yes, that's a false statement. Now let us see the winners also. We will come to know from here. The podium will show us the winners. So we have got Shiva coming third. We have Apurva coming second. And Hina is today's winner. So congratulations, Hina. Runners up are Avinash and Shailesh. Right?
Thank you, ma'am.
So this is it. Congratulations. Well done. Those who joined, those who were not able to join, you could have always selected the right answer. Okay. So this is all from my side today. Any more queries? Hope you all understood what was taken in today's session. Yes. So any
Yes,
doubts?
ma'am.
Okay.
So anyone wants to ask any question? Okay, now I think they all got it. So Vaishali,
Tired of
please.
listening now, huh?
No, I'm not tired of you explained so well that there can there will be very few confusions and queries. You explained it very well. It was
Okay.
very nice session, madam. Actually, it was very nice session.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
So Vaishali, please
Any
will you
other?
continue?
Thank you very much, ma'am.
Thank you,
Firstly,
ma'am.
I would heartfully thank to a respected eminent resource person, Dr. Sangeta Trott, ma'am. Ma'am has told us and enlightened us through the positive side of COVID pandemic with several examples like expansion in the field of research. Before proceeding further, ma'am guided us through the word research, what exactly it is, through a pictogram. Ma'am guided us through fellowship and sponsored projects, what exactly they are and the difference between them. Ma'am told us about the importance of funds in research projects, why we need funds for research, what are the different sources through which one receives funds, and how we can apply for the same. Ma'am has told us about what should be the proper approach while applying for a funded research project. Ma'am has guided us through each and every step of research project, that is introduction, methodology, implications, conclusion. I'm sure not only me, but an entire group of participants would already be feeling blessed by the wonderful knowledge and experience shared by ma'am. I'm sure it will guide us through a path, help enhancing our knowledge to the world of good. Now, I would like to hand over the mic to a respected Dr. Meetu Pandey ma'am, faculty coordinator, to share her words and gratitude. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, Vaishali. Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am, you are audible.
A very good afternoon to one and all present here. It is such an honor and take this opportunity to thank you all the dignitaries. On behalf of BBD ITM, IIC, I would like to express my gratitude to our Honorable Chairperson Madam, Dr. Alka Das Gupta ji, for her valuable support and motivation. Without her motivation and support, no event becomes possible. Now, I would like to express my special gratitude to our respected Director Sir for his continuous, enthusiastic, active motivation and guidance. At the outset, now I would like to express my special gratitude to our resource person, Madam Dr. Sangeta Trott, to take her valuable time and grace this event. Thank you so much, ma'am, for sharing such a wonderful ideas, inputs, knowledge, and different thoughts. Without these thoughts, ideas, and sharing, no one can write an effective research proposal. Ma'am was very well told about the different applicability areas of the funded research project, like marketing, operation, different areas of engineering also. Ma'am was very well explained about the sources of fund, internal, external, how scholar can use all these ideas and sharing while writing their research proposal. I think all the participant will apply these suggestions, ideas, inputs while writing the research paper. Now I must thank to organizing team and student volunteer for working hard to make this event successful. I also very thankful to such a lovely audience for their continuous participation. With these words, we move to the end of today's webinar. Once again, thank you so much everyone for making this event such a great success. Thank you so much.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, the link of the feedback which has been shared in the Zoom box, when I'm opening it, it has feedback and it has certain questions which we have not dealt with, like negotiator and all. They are more of linked with, I think, management aspect rather than the medical people.
Yeah,
Yes, yes.
same here.
So,
The
okay,
questions are not related.
you
Yes,
can
ma'am, we
skip
are,
it.
and it is,
You can just skip it actually. It is actually for the
it is
management students. Yes, yes.
so we can
Okay.
fill in any option because we don't know the
Yes, yeah,
correct
yeah,
answers.
yeah, yeah. You can take it randomly. Actually, it was just created for the management students. It was making
Okay,
made
ma'am.
by the students. Yes, yes, yes. The main quiz was which
Okay,
was done by the which was taken by the madam.
fine,
Yeah,
ma'am.
but after the questions, the next page is relevant. It is asking about the
Yes,
workshop.
yes,
Okay,
yes,
That
yes.
is,
That
yeah.
is feedback form, and after that you will be downloading your certificate. The certificate
okay,
will
ma'am,
be
fine.
mailed at your inbox.
Okay, ma'am, fine. Thank you, ma'am.
Yes, yes, yes. Okay.
Thank
Thank
you,
you
ma'am.
very much, Dr. Mitu Vaishali, for such a wonderful vote of thanks it was. And it was a learning both ways. I also got a lot of things to learn from you. And a lovely audience of over a century, which we had. And hopeful the session was very interactive. So thanks especially to Dr. Pooja for organizing such a wonderful and a knowledge sharing session. And thanks again to the entire BBD ITM for this wonderful session. Thank you very much. Stay safe
Thank,
and be happy all
Madam,
the
may
way.
thank
I
you, ma'am.
request
Yes, ma'am. बताइए. Yes.
I sign off for
nice,
the day. Thank
excellent
you.
session, madam. Excellent session.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye-bye. Thank you, Priti ma'am. Bye.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. It was very knowledgeable and very deep session, you can say. After
Yeah.
long, we had such
Thank
an
you so much.
academically deep session.
Yeah.
Because generally in the management, we don't had such sessions. Okay. So now I am ending the. So once again, please everyone switch on your video so that we can have one screenshot. Yes, everyone, switch on the video, please.
Preeti ma'am, sorry to intervene in between. Really, it
Yes.
was wonderful session.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. So please everyone switch on the video. Anjali, Kshitij Mishra, Vaishali Dubey. We want to have one like group pic. Actually, it is for the record. Yes, everyone, fast, please switch on the video. Okay, thank you, everyone. Thank you. Thanks for cooperation. Thanks for patience and discipline. All of you have maintained during the session. So now I am ending the session. I hope all the faculty members from different institutes, Dr. Shalshri Sharma and uh, other participants, Dr. Shehnaz, I think she has left.
No, ma'am, I'm here.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. Dr. Pooja
Yeah.
Singh, ma'am, I hope everyone has enjoyed and have learned a lot from this session. And I am
Yes.
happy
It
that
was
all of you
excellent.
have participated and graced the session. Thank you so much. Thank you, all the faculty members, all the dear students. So now I am ending the meeting. Bye bye. Take care. Stay connected. Stay protected, everyone.
Thank you,
Thank
ma'am.
you. Thank you so much.
Thank you,
Thank you
Welcome,
ma'am.
so much.
Have a
Have
good
a
welcome.
day.
nice day, everyone.